Wake that ass up early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlemagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We have Teslin Figueroa with us, and we got a special guest in the building, 2024 Republican presidential candidate, Larry Elder. Welcome, brother.
Thank you so much for having me. It is an honor.
How you?
And you know that with Larry Elder on the Breakfast Club, it's going to be good, and it certainly was. So let's talk about it. Hello, everyone. This is Keith. Welcome to the Ghetto Sapien channel, your home of inner city intelligence. So Larry Elder went on, and he's a black libertarian, more so than a Republican, black libertarian. Larry Elder went on the Breakfast Club into the lion's den and did, I think, an outstanding job. It seems like lately the Breakfast Club has been having asses handed to them. I think when it comes to politics, they're out of their league. Maybe they should just stick with like gossip and maybe sports here and there. But politics just really isn't their thing. They just took an ass whooping from Vivek Ramaswamy not too long ago. And now Larry Elders is here handing their ass to him. Check out just one part. It went for like an hour long. But I thought this part was really interesting right here. Let's pull it up.
I know you probably got to go. Have you ever heard the term nigga wake up call?
No.
It is an incident where a person of color forgets that they are of color and are reminded rather brutally by an unexpected act of racism. Have you ever had any of those?
Oh, brother.
I'm just asking. You think you've ever
Well,
had
I'm acutely aware, Charlemagne, that I'm a black person.
And that's just a stupid question. Who forgets they're black in the United States? Really, do people walk around not remembering that their ethnicity until someone points it out and say, hey, you're black? Is that what Charlemagne really thinks it is? That how life is for black people in the United States, for any black people? That is just such a dumb freaking question. It's like insulting. So Larry Elders answered, and I don't think Charlemagne liked it too much.
Just as you are a black person, and when Joe Biden insulted you by saying, you ain't really black, we don't know whether or not you want to vote for me or vote for Donald Trump, it seems to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part. How dare this guy come in here and insult you, a black man, and tell you got to think a certain kind of way?
Look at Charlemagne's face. That got him. He was not expecting that because that was his quote-unquote, Negro wake-up call. He didn't say jack. I mean, look at that face. Just in case you weren't sure what the situation was, here it is again. Just so you know.
You got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Dude is angry. Angry that someone like Charlemagne the God, what a dumb name, would actually try and question Biden and question his love for black people, all the things he's done for black people. Biden really gets upset when black people question his dedication to the cause. So he just shot back at Charlemagne. Charlemagne didn't say anything. Again, you can see it's all coming back like PTSD, that shot to the face that Biden gave him, and he really didn't have much to say about it. He's probably thinking, damn, can't believe Larry Elders brought this S up again and threw it in my face. Man, the last time it happened to me when Biden did that, my wife wouldn't sleep with me for a whole month. I was just so depressed. She's probably like, why? Why did the white man say that about you on national TV, on YouTube? Millions of people seen that. You're an embarrassment to the family. Why didn't you stand up to that white racist man? You should have been like Corn Pop. At least he had some balls. Maybe I should have married Corn Pop. Jesus.
I'm amazed that you weren't mad about that.
I'm not gonna say it upset me, just like I'm not letting you upset me. You know.
Yeah, see, now that's a big P move right there. I wasn't upset, just like I'm upset by what you just said. Come on, man. You're supposed to be this big defender of the black community, and you let a white racist like Biden tell you what, like if you don't vote a certain way, you're not black. So Biden has the power to unblack or de-blackify you. I mean, he pretty much told you that. And then Biden, as much as Charlemagne was begging Biden to come back on the show, you got to come back on the show. Biden never came back. Biden went to Carrie B's show and yucked it up with her. That's how seriously he took the black community, and he's taking them right now. And Charlemagne just defending Biden, racist, dumb, decrepit, corrupt ass, because he's backed into a corner. He's got to kiss. The only way out is to kiss as much Democrat booty as he possibly can. And if that party does a pretty good job. Let's continue.
I mean, I don't tend to get upset over things like that. But what I did say.
Well, you did not talk about a nigger wake-up call, and it seemed to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part to have a white guy come in here who also said, by the way, about Mitt Romney, because he didn't want to put more regulations on Wall Street, going to put y'all back in chains, and Joe Biden has lied.
Yeah, you notice how Biden, he never says the word ain't. He never says the word y'all until he's talking to black Democrats, because he does not speak the same way to black people than he speaks to every other group. When he speaks to black people, a lot of these Democrats do that, and a study showed that liberals, leftists, Democrats, they speak down to black people. They change the way they speak when they're speaking to black people. Biden did it. Gore did it. Hillary, hot sauce in her purse did it. They all do it because they don't respect black people. But this guy, this is where he gets his money. He's got to kiss ass, so he's just going to continue kissing butt. But look at his face. He's not happy. Poor Charlemagne.
For decades about his civil rights record, claiming that he desegregated movie theaters and restaurants in Wilmington, Delaware, when he didn't do any of that. He lied and said that he tried to visit Nelson Mandela during apartheid South Africa. He did not. And he came in here and told you aren't even black and let you think a certain kind of way. It seemed to me that should have been a nigga wake-up call for you, but it wasn't.
Ooh, that hurt. That hurt. I think I see a little tear just rolling down there. Another month on the couch because his wife must be like, man, you're such a cuck.
Yeah, I mean, no, for the record, I'm not a Democrat or Republican.
I love when they say that. I'm neither a Democrat or a Republican. Whenever you rag on the Democrats and dudes like Charlemagne, all of a sudden it's either Democrats and Republicans are exactly the same, so vote Democrat. That's basically what it is. When they have nothing to come back with, they're exactly the same. Both parties are exactly the same, except the Democrats, we had to have the 3/5 compromise. We had to have the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. We had to have dozens of civil rights bills starting from the 1800s to the 1960s because the Democrats hate black, independent people so much they had to change the entire, they had to add amendments to the Constitution to protect, independent black people from Democrat hatred. But other than that, they're pretty much the same. Can't tell the parties apart at all. And on a serious tip, in a lot of ways, when it comes to policies and the growth of government, there's a lot of overlap between the Republicans and the Democrats. But we're talking about history, and we're talking about who's done way more damage to the black community. Democrats got it all day long.
I didn't say you were.
Yeah, I think both.
I don't know what you are. I never even asked you about your party affiliation.
Yeah,
I'm just saying but you are black. And to have a white guy come in here and tell you have to say think a certain kind of way, otherwise you, quote, ain't black. Wow.
How should I have replied to him, you think?
What I just now said, how dare you insult me and tell me I think as a human being, let alone as a black person?
That never came to his mind. He never thought it was an insult to be told this is how you should think. There are certain behaviors that black people must comply with or they're not black. That didn't bother home dude for 1 second. He's broken, man. I mean, that should have pissed him off. He should have dogged Biden and told people don't vote for him. You don't need to vote for Republicans either, but don't vote for that. but he voted for it. So he's full of ish. He is a Democrat through and through. It doesn't matter who's running. He's for the D. He's looking for the D. That's it.
I don't tell you how to think, Joe Biden. How dare you come in here and tell me how I should think? I'm going to vote for Donald Trump if I want to vote for Donald Trump. And if I want to vote for Donald Trump, it does not make me not black. 20% of black people, black men, as I said, voted for Donald Trump in 2020. Are they not black now?
Yep, black men are starting to peel away from the Democrat Party. Thank God. Hopefully the women will start following. But, for now, like I live in Georgia. Stacey Abrams lost by 10 points because she just could not get black men to vote for, because black men in the Democrat Party were an afterthought. It's like, oh yeah, we need to get the black men to vote, so they need to get in line, basically. And that was actually a quote. Black men need to get in line and go vote for the Democrat Party. Yeah. Yep. Didn't work out too well, did it?
So only 80% of black men walking around are really black, 20% are not, because they voted for Donald Trump. How insulting is that? How condescending is that?
I mean, you're probably right, but I didn't take it in that way.
Well, I did.
As I said.
Oh, well, that was an honest response from him where, you're probably right. It was a horrible thing to say. It was racist. It was bigoted, but I didn't take it that way. Okay, then. Negro moment missed. He had his Negro moment captured forever on the internet, but he didn't see it, and he's the one, Charlemagne, out there asking other black people, did you ever get a Negro moment? Just embarrassing.
To him in that moment, it's just about me wanting something for my people, and I want to know what is he going to do for my people, and not only for my people now, how are you going to atone for the things you've done to my people?
Right.
I don't remember him asking that. My people. Who's his people? The God.
That's it.
Right. And this is a guy, Joe Biden, who, when he first got into the Senate, hung out with segregationists, talked about how well he got along with them, talked about how he didn't want integration because of a jungle. This guy has made all sorts of insulting things to black people, and his policies right now are hurting black people. Inflation hurts the people at the bottom more than anything else. Letting a bunch of illegal aliens into the border are hurting black people more than anybody else, as I said earlier.
You should see in Chicago, they have so many illegal aliens coming in and displacing black people. If you go see, like, one of the town halls, black people are holding up signs, build the wall. It looks like a Trump rally in some of these black town halls in Chicago. They're saying, build the wall, send them back. But, hey, it's back to, let's see what Charlemagne's got to say to try and save face.
He's opposed to school choice when he has his own kids in private school. Mm-hmm. And we lost a year, almost 2 years of in-school education in California because of COVID that he supported. I mean, this guy has done monstrous things to black people. And then for him to come in here and tell you how you ought to think as a black person, it blew my mind.
As a person objectively who doesn't care about either party, when I just take a step back and
Again, they go back to I don't care about either party when there's no defense for the Democrat Party. But he votes for Democrat. Just stop it. Just embarrassing.
Look at everything that's happening. I see one party that seems still committed to democracy somewhat.
Democracy is bad. We were never meant to be a democracy. Charlemagne, stay out of politics. We were never meant to be a democracy. We're supposed to be a representative republic. Democracy is how you ended up with the Democrats lynching and hanging black people, because it's just mob rule. The majority rules is a democracy. So if you got, say, like 100 of Biden's folk and 10 of Charlemagne's folk, and they were trying to figure out, let's vote to see who we hang tonight, that's a democracy. When the black guy, Charlemagne's people, as he says, would be hanging, at the end of a rope. That is a pure democracy. So you want a representative republic. You want a country that is of laws and not of man or, our emotional state. But I just don't get it. I don't understand where he gets his democracy such a good thing, especially as a black person. You don't want a democracy.
And one party who's headed fast towards fascism.
Okay, so one party's headed towards democracy, and I guess he thinks it's a good thing, and the other party's headed towards fascism. I would love to hear him define fascism, because from what I've seen, it's the Democrats. It's actually, I'll even go further. It's the Democrats and a decent amount of Republicans that want fascism. They love large government. They basically want government to not take ownership of the major means of production, which would be socialism. They want to use laws and regulations to bully private industry to do what they want. Like how the FBI basically bullied and coerced Facebook and YouTube and Twitter to censor people. That's fascism. They did not own these businesses. They just went in, used their regulations, used their muscle and threats to get them to do what they wanted to do. That's fascism. I don't think the Republicans did that. I kind of think that was the Biden administration. But again, Charlemagne, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He really needs to stay out of politics. I don't know what he normally talks about, but he should really steer clear of this.
That's just my personal opinion. But who do you think I would vote for?
Let's talk about fascism, since I assume you're talking about election denying. In 2000, when George W. Bush won the election over Al Gore, the Democrats, the first week of January 2001, tried to overturn the results in Florida. 2004, George W. Bush gets reelected. Democrats, including Benny Thompson, the chair of the January 6th committee, Jamie Raskin, a member of the January 6th committee, joined with 28 other House Democrats and Senator Barbara Boxer to overturn the results in Ohio, claiming without any evidence the Debo voting machine had been hacked. 2016, January 2017, Democrats challenged more states trying to get the election overturned that elected Donald Trump. Then Donald Trump challenged the first week of January in 2021. Nobody accused them of undermining our republic. Nobody accused them of being fascists. They exercised whatever means they could to try to win the election. I want to remind you that Hillary Clinton advised Joe Biden during the 2020 election, if it is a close election, quote, do not concede under any circumstances, close quote.
I'm just going to kind of end it there because Larry Elder is a master of the facts. He has them memorized, so it's kind of hard to beat him in a debate. And Charlemagne just way out of his element. He should never have had Larry Elder on because this is the result. It's just an embarrassment from beginning to end. But hey, that's my take on this. This is running kind of long, but that's my take on this. What's yours? Like, share, comment, and subscribe.